welcome back to the studio. Have you been wanting to learn watercolor? Or do you already paint in watercolor and want to learn a little bit more complicated scenes, like maybe a dense forest in the winter? Well, we're going to be painting that today, so let's go on into the studio and get started. All right, this paper is a 9 by 12, I believe, and it's from the B paper company. It's a rough paper, a cold press. I use both. I use both hot press and cold press watercolor paper. I'm just double checking the size. It is a 9 by 12, and there you can see the texture. This one's very textured, but I did have a fun time painting on that. I thought I was gonna tape this paper to that board, but I decided to keep it loose on the surface. I do that quite often because I'm not a fan of the taped edge. I know everybody likes that nice crisp edge, but I like soft edges. So I like my edges to go out to the edge of the paper. Oh, I was just showing you the size of the brush. It's a 24 Royal. I don't know what that brand is. It's just that comes in a paint sets. And I went into the yellow that I have on that palette. That's just almost like a kid's, like paint set. So I want you to get out your kids' art supplies and paint along. I'm hoping that everybody can just create. Just create. Don't be held up. I don't have this and I don't have that. So that yellow is kind of like a lemon yellow, and then I went into the orange. I don't know what these colors are because, like I said, it's just a set that I got at Hobby Lobby. So painting around my focal point. So we're doing the underpainting, so don't worry about painting over the trees. I had drawn the sketch in with a watercolor pink color pencil. You'll see that same color pencil come up here later on, and that's just an inexpensive, that came with the light box that I got for Christmas a couple Christmases ago. So just painting in some blue. Like I said, paint over the trees. We're not painting in and around. This is just an underpainting. That pink that I first put down for the sketch is mixing in with these paints. I love that. I love sketching with watercolor pencils. But like I said, you couldn't see it on the video, so I traced over it with just a regular graphite. There you go. It dried. The paper was starting to buckle up and warp, so I let it dry, and it just relaxes. And I was meant to use a mop brush originally, so I'm using the other on the other half of the painting. I'm going to try the mop brush that I wanted. So I went in with purple and blue and creating a darker sky on this side. I like to paint kind of abstractly, not full abstract, impressionistic, I guess you'd say. And the whole concept of abstract is, color, warms and cools, or lights and darks. So I'm making one side of the painting the warms and the other side the cools. Oh, I see. I had to let it dry again. And then I enhanced that at the edge of the path into the woods. I made that darker. Now I'm going in with some greens and blue and trying to get some splatter going and create some leaf patterns. I did have trouble and I wasn't getting big enough drips, so I did see that you could put your color on like I did, but then do a quick dip into the water, like your clean water, and then go to the paper and you'll get bigger drips. I don't know if that works because I have learned this since I've done this video, so we'll try that next time. So I just use my brush and split around the paint that I already had on there, and you can still see some of the small marks. So again, abstract is big. If you have big marks, make small marks, or if you have small mark, make some big marks. This is the color pencil, and so I'm going in over the snowy area and creating a warm under painting with the color pencil. And I broke my tip. Hold on, we'll go sharpen it. And we're back. I really like this pink color, even though it's just an inexpensive pencil. And then I will go ahead with some clean water on my brush and just kind of, you know, get that color into the crevices and activate it. And I really like a warm undertone to my snow. I've painted some other snowy paintings. You can go look at my past videos, but this was the first time I did a hot pink undertone, and I really liked it for my snow. And now I'm going in with more details. So I got a synthetic brush because the tip stays pointy versus I don't know if you saw where I was showing you with the other mop brush. That was a real hair. I don't know what animal it is. This could be squirrel, could be whatever. And it bends, you know, I don't know if you noticed that. So getting detail is hard. So when you're getting closer to the details, switch over to a synthetic water brush. That's a Princeton. Oh yeah, Princeton. I have it right here. Princeton Summit Round, size 8. I'll link them in the description. They come in a set of 4. I use the 8 and the 6. Yeah, 6 a lot. Those are my favorite sizes, but it's a set of 4. Just trying to get some texture on the tree trunks. And I tapped it into the sun. It's okay. I didn't get it perfect, but they look like knots or growths on the side of the tree. So don't worry about, oh, I didn't draw that straight. Trees aren't straight. And the wavier the lines, the more realistic the trees look, in my honest opinion. And using the ochre color, the shadows I was using a blue color and a purple. But I went in with the ochre because the sun's gonna be shining through that space in between those 2 trunks. And so you want to put down your warm yellow, and then I'll go in and make a shadow side. Here we go. I'm gonna pick up some of that muddy bluey purple. I'm just tapping my brush because it kind of gives that texture of tree bark. There you go. Getting some of that yellow on there, hitting that trunk. I hope you can see the pattern that I'm doing, like where the sun would be hitting on the trees. I'm creating a light side and a shadow side. And now I'm going to put the shadows of the tree trunks in the snow. So think of that's what I'm pointing out there with the brush, like a clock. The sun is the center and the shadows kind of radiate around it, like the hands on a clock. hope that makes sense. Creating some tracks and shadows in the path. I just keep doing that. If I'm unsure where the shadow would go, I just place my brush up against the sun and to the tree, and I can get a better idea like that. I think I let the painting dry and we came back, and we're gonna paint more of the tree trunks. And so the sun's shining on that side, so I need to make some of my leaves in the foliage lighter with that ochre color on the bottom, but keep the leaves up towards the top darker because those ones would be more shadowed. Excuse me. Now I'm doing some leaves that would be hit. I keep saying leaves, but it's winter. The trees don't have leaves. These are pine trees, so they're going to be needles, but I didn't do needles. We're abstracting the landscape. And so now we're doing the foliage that would be in the shadow, not getting hit as much from the sun. And I just used a bluey purple color and put some black in it up in that corner to make it really dark. hitting in between the tree trunks with some of that dark color I have on my brush and creating the way far back bushes and shrubs. And guys, this one is so easy to draw. You don't even need a traceable for this one. Just draw some lines up for tree trunks and a path. This one, I ended up with a path kind of in the middle and I didn't intend that. But offset the path either side of your middle with the sun. Super easy. You guys can draw this. Just mix some purple and blue and if you wanted to put some dark green in the shadows with that mixture would work out perfect. And instead of going in with the ochre color and making warm trunks on these ones, this side of the page, I'm keeping cooler because it's the opposite of warm, and making blue trunks. Well, I guess a few of them I did do dark browns, and then I used green in with the brown. I guess I'm going in between the trunks for the shadows, but I do make this side cooler, and the brown that I used is a really dark brown, and then I did add green to it. I think right there I was like, ooh, I don't want to go make it ochre. So I do the brown, you can see right there, and then oh, I didn't mix this one. I'm sorry, I can't see with this recording box over. It covers most of the screen, sorry. And this tree, I'm darkening that branch is coming off because it's kind of behind, but also see how I'm coming in from the top of the page down because those tree trunks are going to be darker towards the top as they go up into the foliage. They'll be shadowed. Painting in and around the foliage, putting in the tree trunks and the stems, branches. I kind of like to paint that way. Put the foliage in first and then paint the tree trunks in and around that. It gives it more of a painterly feel. But you can totally paint it however you want. And those trunks aren't going to be hit by light, so we're going to make those ones in the shadow. Yep, you see I put the dark green in. And then I was like, oh, no. So if you make a mistake like that, it wasn't a mistake. I just had a lot more green on my brush than I was thinking. Clean it off in your water and then go into your clean water and clean off your brush. And with a thirsty brush, you wipe it on a towel so it's still damp but not soaking wet like what come out of your water, and soak up the paint that's on the paper. There you go. So stay messy, playful, and wild, and I'll see you next week, and we're going to be painting some pine cones.